Hello everyone, I'm Danielle Mercurio, intuitive astrologist, with your first installment of what's going on with astrology for 2016. Welcome, you made it to another year, and we are now really starting to allow ourselves to be in the effects of what last year was. So here's the crazy thing. Last year of the abundance, right? We had to earn that abundance. We had to learn and understand and find ways to cultivate the belief and the faith in our own self that we could be abundant beings. And now this year is the payoff. So that's how it works. We are given the insight, we are told what it is that could be ours, and then we find a way to catch up to it. We find a way to make it work. We find a way to implement. And so we dropped what was heavy. We dropped the limiting beliefs. We let go of thinking that we don't deserve to be abundant, that we don't deserve to be taken care of, so that we can move into this year and start to feel and see and experience what it would be like to be rewarded, to be supported, to be abundant. And so that then brings us into 2016, which adds up to the number 9 when you add the numbers together, and 9 is completion. It takes 9 months to have a baby. It takes 99 cents to make $1, right? And so we're in this kind of ending of the cycle, the past 8 years, looking back at the journey that you were on to where you are now, and trusting that you are so much closer now to your destiny. You are so much more aligned. You are so much more in the space of realization of it's not about what everybody else thinks. It's not about the sacred council of everybody's opinion, but it is about what my soul has to say. It's those moments when you take your last breath at the end of the day. What voice is talking to you then? What angelic guidance do you receive in those moments? And that is what this year is about, is listening internally and seeing how then you can start to implement it forward. And moving specifically into this current week, we start off with a new moon in Capricorn on January 9th at 8:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, the new moons are all about freshness and new beginnings and planting seeds for what could be. And so having this new moon at the onset of the new year is a gorgeous opportunity to sit and reflect and start to see what it is that you want. Now, this is happening during a retrograde, a Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde started on the evening of January 5th, and it will run until January 24th. Now, typically retrograde is becoming a trend that it's a time to freak out. No, it's a time to restore, actually. All the planets are working hard in your favor. Mercury works hard to make sure that communication is flowing properly, and that's communication of the mind, of the computer, of traveling, of moving things forward in the form of messages, right? And getting from one place to the other. And it works hard for us. We are a big freaking nation. And so it needs some time to take a break and restore. And so right now, Mercury has chosen to restore right at the onset of the new year to give you an opportunity to really start to reflect and see what it is that you need in your life as you move into 2016. I mean, we've only been in 2016 for a little bit now. We got to try it on for size. We got to get used to writing out 2016 on our checks. We got to feel it out and see what we think and how we're grooving before we actually can really decide what our goals and what it is that we're going to manifest may be. So use this retrograde in your favor to not feel like you have to add all these things to your plate right now, but actually a time to be patient and mindful and allow yourself to just research what it is that you want to do. Focus on this idea of renewal. So you're starting fresh and excited for the year ahead, not burnt out and overworked as you start off this year. That is not the way that you want to kind of brighten up your life, right? And so this new moon happening in Capricorn, with Mercury also in Capricorn, is about easing the mind and really starting to think about what is it that I want on a holistic, physical, spiritual level. It's a time to start to take better care of yourself. So what are your self-care needs? Is it meditating more? Is it going for more walks? Is it adding more greens to your diet? Starting to experiment what feels good. What do you think your body needs? What do you think your mind needs? What does your spirit need, right? And so play around with this idea of soul care and see how you can start to implement it in the coming weeks. And you'll get more clarity into what works, what your body likes, what your soul loves, what your mind is craving more of. go with it. But it's not a time to feel like you have to orchestrate this grand scheme. You can do that later in the month when we hit the full moon. So for your new moon ritual, I want you to create your own self-care ritual around it, okay? So do something really great for you on Saturday or on Sunday if you can. On the 9th or the 10th, create your own meditation or a day that just feels like a gorgeous self-care day. Maybe that just means going shopping or going to the movies, doing something, going to dinner at a new fun place with someone you adore, and kind of just get into this feeling of today is about me, today is about my self-care, today is about doing something I love without guilt, and knowing that I deserve a day off, that I deserve a day of self-care. And then once you're in that space, once you're kind of in the movement and the energy of I deserve a good life, I deserve greatness, then I want you to journal and jot down a few things that you're ready to see move forward. You don't have to start them just yet, but what are some ideas? What are some things that you would like to expand, okay? That's when we move into this idea of expansion. Where in your life needs expansion? And just start to write them down and start to note them. And you don't have to do anything else. That's it. So create your own self-care routine or ritual day, rather. And it can be, anything that you want that feels really good for you, that feels really fresh, that feels really engaged, and feels like you're really taking care of yourself with this experience, okay? So make a divine appointment for the new moon for your self-care. Share it with me. I'm over on the Cosmic Astrology Club on Facebook. Share your ritual with me. I want to hear about what it is that you do. And then also, then just after you do that experience, that's when you want to kind of start to write some things down and then store it in a safe area like your altar or in your wallet or under your pillow, whatever feels like, ooh, these fresh new possibilities for expansion need to be right here, right now. And right before I started this video, I pulled a card for you all from the Life Purpose deck because that's a lot of what we're thinking about right now. We're thinking about our life purpose. We're thinking about how we're going to expand. We're watching everybody else take off with their new goals and their ideas and how much success they're having. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's ease back. Let's look at our story. Let's look at our journey. Let's look at where we need to take a little bit of time to just feel it out so that we don't burn out. And what I heard exactly back and what was given to me exactly in the card was, you are on the right path. You're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Boom. Don't doubt. You are on the right path. Don't doubt. Don't think that because of that sacred counsel that of everyone else's opinion wants you to go this way or that way, that something is wrong, or something's amiss. You know when you are aligned, and you know what needs to be done to expand. Maybe you don't have the answers just yet, but you can hold faith in the intentions of what you desire. And in that space of faith, in that space of trust, not thinking about the logistics of how it could go wrong, you'll get the clues, you'll get the clarity, you'll get the guidance. And that's what this new moon is about. This new moon is about self-care. That is what this retrograde in Mercury is about. Restoring and taking time off and not getting caught up in the frenzy. You just finished 2015 and the parties and all of it. Give yourself a moment to just calm down, transition into the new year gracefully without putting more back on your plate and being overwhelmed, okay? And then with this retrograde in general, just taking a time to be patient, sharing with others that it's not a time to fear, it's just a time to be a little bit more patient and a little bit more just reclusive. Okay, so those are the big things that I want you to think about. This new moon in Capricorn, Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. Mars right now is in Scorpio, which is also asking us to really ignite our inner power and really get to know what that feels like. How can you become your own best ally? How can you become your own amazing greatness and source of light? How can you channel your higher self in a more expansive, gorgeous way? And that's going to come from your self-care. It's not going to come from being on social media watching everybody else do their thing. It's from you taking time for you and doing things that feel good and doing things that feel really aligned and pure and in the support of you. So keep that focus, keep that idea, that notion of self-care. And then as we move deeper into January and when we get the full moon in Leo, we'll discuss more about what the next steps can be. But in the meantime, you are gorgeous right where you are. Keep doing what you're doing. And really keep that idea of self-care a priority because it's going to help you engage with your higher self in a whole new gorgeous way. It will give you clarity and clues to everything that you're seeking. If you wish to know more, again, come on Facebook, Cosmic Astrology Club. It's a free group that you can join and hang out with me and all of my gorgeous cosmic crew members. And you can also go to daniellemercurio.com to set up a one-on-one reading, and we can discuss what's going on with your chart in a whole new groovy way that will blow your freaking mind. So yes, that's all. Have a gorgeous new moon. Please, please, please share your experience of the new moon and what you decided your self-care ritual will be. I'll be offering a new moon meditation that you can listen to as well to help guide you through the process, and the information is below. So I will see you in a couple weeks to talk about what the next steps are, but in the meantime, go out there, do you, and rock it out. Bye.